Hey everybody, happy Sunday evening. So we are back for another day of hearing another story about our fruit and veggie capsules, and I'm super excited about the person that's going to share tonight. She has a really sweet story about her kiddos, and she just popped on, so I'm going to bring her on. Let's see. It's waiting to add her. Let's see. I hope y'all are having an awesome Sunday night. I know it's Cinco de Mayo. I don't know if that means anything to some of y'all watching. If y'all did anything fun today. We just had quesadillas at home. So not super exciting. Let's see. Let me try again. I love having just all these different people like share their stories with us throughout the week. I loved hearing how the
Sorry,
there she is. Oh, hi.
Hi.
There she is. Okay. So I was just saying that I've loved hearing how like the Juice Plus products and the business opportunity has affected people in different ways. Like it's touching
Yes,
these people's lives in all these different ways.
it really
So
has.
I'm excited to hear your story tonight.
All right, so
So, okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, why you like the Juice Plus products, and what they've done for you and your family.
okay, I am a mom, and I have two little ones, almost 4 years old, and she'll be 15 months tomorrow. And I'm also a doula, so I work with a lot of expecting mamas and postpartum, and the whole like pre-baby, after baby, and I'm a wife. So we really like Juice Plus because I feel like it was something that I can give my whole family. I could give it to the baby at 6 months. I gave it to Ryan right away, and she still gets very excited when she sees it, and she just starts saying num 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 num. And Hudson is just obsessed with his gummies. There is not a day in his life that he will let me go by without giving him some, if not more and more. So I feel very comfortable letting them have it, whenever, because it's not something that they can like overdose on like a regular, like a vitamin, because it's not a vitamin. I also like that I can suggest it and recommend it to my clients because it's totally safe to take while they're pregnant, while they're breastfeeding, and afterwards it's just super super healthy. And there's no crazy hidden ingredients, no funky chemicals, because it is NSF certified. You don't have to worry about the pesticides and the heavy metals and anything weird in the ground that could come from like produce at the grocery store, or just like you know regular everyday kind of fruits and vegetables. It's just so much
Yeah.
more. It's so so healthy and so clean, and yeah, it just, we love it. So okay, so my story is about bowel movements. And
Yeah,
as a mom, that's kind of a big deal, right? When your kid
right.
either can't go, or when they do go and it just doesn't look right. And it's something that you get concerned about. So um, Hudson will probably like watch this video one day and be like, "Mom, how could you talk about that?" But so as long as I can remember, Hudson has had really loose bowel movements. Like, it kind of just fall apart, and that's not healthy. And so I had tried to change things in his diet, and a whole lot didn't work. I mean, I just didn't really know what to do, and I finally decided I was going to make a doctor appointment to figure out, like, a functional appointment, like what is wrong with his diet. And before I did that, we had been on Juice Plus for, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. And I started to notice a change in what was coming out of him. And I was like, well, maybe I should hold off on this appointment because I see some improvement. And they weren't as loose as they used to be. They weren't falling apart anymore. And it was really exciting as a mom. So then time went on, and it was better, but it wasn't like as consistent as I would like it to be. So we switched him from the gummies to the capsules because there's digestive enzymes in the capsules that are not in the gummies. And
Right.
that made a big difference. And
Oh, wow.
so now he kind of just gets the gummies, like just whenever he really asks for them. But the capsules, I make sure he gets every single day for those digestive enzymes. They really just help his gut, and they help keep everything together and come out how it should. Um, so that's kind of Hudson's story. And then I have another friend who she had mentioned to me that her daughter had some constipation issues starting at around 11 years old. And the daughter now is close to 15. She would go once a day, but it was really hard. And to the point where she ended up getting hemorrhoids. And for someone so young to have that kind of problem, it's really sad and painful. So I talked to her about Juice Plus many times, and she finally decided, like, okay, I'm going to get the capsules for this one daughter, and I'll get the gummies for the other daughter who isn't having these kinds of digestive issues. And almost right away, like, things changed for her. She was able to go every day still, but it was soft and it was easy. And she texted me just the other day. She's like, "You're going to laugh. My daughter, we were talking about this Juice Plus, and she's like, yeah, I love the way that it makes me poop." So, like, it was like jumping up and down for her. Like, how weirdly exciting is this that her daughter is now able to go to the bathroom, like, comfortably, and her body is able to, like, flush out everything that she needs to get out of her system, and she's not in pain and she's not uncomfortable. And the girls have no problem. Like, they enjoy taking it every day. It's not something that as a mom you have to, like, really push on your child, like, get on them about taking. So that's really exciting for them. And I have one more other story that's not poop
Yeah.
related about my husband. So Jay and I have been together for 8 years, and he has always, from the very beginning of knowing him, he's always had migraines. And we just went to a new chiropractor just a few days ago, and we were talking about how he gets migraines every once in a while. And then we kind of dawned on us, because we were going through, like, health history, all the things.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, you actually haven't had a migraine in a long time. He's like, you're right, I haven't. So we kind of thought about it. Before he started Juice Plus, he would have migraines like every 3 weeks. And they would be so bad to where he'd be in his room, lights off, like, no music. He would be nauseous. He would miss work,
Goodness.
so that cost us money. He
Mhm.
would just feel awful, and there was nothing that anybody could do. He was taking a lot of medication, like the Excedrin migraine. At one point, he even had a prescription migraine pill from the doctor, which I don't really like because I don't like a lot of prescription drugs.
Yeah.
But so since we've been on Juice Plus for about 9 months now, and after thinking about it, he said that in those 9 months, he's maybe had 3 migraines. And he
Oh.
hasn't missed any work. Like, he's been able to take, like, an Excedrin migraine, like, whenever it was, and
Mhm.
he's been able
Mhm.
to function through it. And so 3 in 9 months versus every 3 weeks is a huge, huge improvement for
Mhm.
someone who suffers from migraines. Um, thank God I don't, but I see what he has gone through, and, like, the pain that he had to go through with these migraines are awful. So I'm just really thankful that we have found something that is healthy and it's clean and it's pure, and has just impacted our family in so many ways.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I love what you said in the beginning, how you recommend it to your doula clients because it's
Yes.
safe for pregnancy and breastfeeding, which
Yes.
I don't know how many people take their like multivitamin, like the
Mm-hmm.
bottles, and turn them around and like read the
Yes.
warning label. And I didn't when I was pregnant, and I like to think that I was like really careful with everything I did when I was pregnant. And I never read the warning label on my vitamins because you're like, it's a vitamin.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them actually say like not safe for pregnant or nursing moms, or to consult your doctor if you're pregnant or nursing. And that just like
Yeah.
blows my
Or they
mind.
have a childproof lid on them. When
Yeah.
these two plus, like, Hudson gets into them, like, no problem, just pops that top open, and I'm just like, woo, like, don't spill it
Yeah.
all over, please. But yeah,
Yeah.
super safe. I also, as far as, like, pregnancy and things like that, they don't have folic acid in them. So folic acid is kind of like an issue for a lot of people converting it into folate. And Juice Plus has natural folate from lemon peel, which is really super important for a lot of people to realize that when you're, checking labels on products that you're going to consume. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that is like really amazing that we don't, I mean, I watch my kids and how much Juice Plus they consume because I don't, talking about poop, I don't want them to have like, diarrhea issues. But yeah, like the whole not having a child proof like lid and label and warning and stuff like that, it's just like proves that it's just food. Like, what would happen if your
Yeah,
kid
just fruits
ate
and veggies.
extra servings of fruits and vegetables? Like, they just have to go to the bathroom a little more. Um, and then the store, like the comparison between like Hudson and his bathroom habits, and then
Mm-hmm.
the friend of yours and her daughters, and how they're taking the same exact thing, right? Like they both take the
Yeah,
capsule,
and polar opposite. Yeah, it
and
just
yeah, like
works for your body. Whatever it really food is medicine. So fruit and vegetables,
yeah,
they know what your body needs, and it just adjusts and it works together to keep you like in line the way that everything is supposed to work. Like it's just amazing. It's hard
yeah.
to explain. But
The
yeah.
best way I love explaining it is like it just balances it. Like some people are
Yes.
afraid that it's like, oh, if I have this kind of issue and I'm going to take it, it's going to make it worse. And it's like, no, it just helps bring everything like
Mm-hmm.
back into balance really nicely.
Yes, for sure.
And that's like 100% proof of that. Like two people,
Yeah.
totally different issues, taking the same exact thing, and both of them are like in balance now,
Yeah.
which is so amazing.
Yay.
Um, so, thank you for those wonderful stories. Now, tell me, how did you go about like partnering with the company? Was the product something you understood easily? I know sometimes people have a hard time wrapping their mind around like that it's just fruit and vegetables. So is it something that like made sense to you right from the beginning, or like what
Oh
helped
no,
you make
I
the decision?
I understood it from the very beginning. I was always trying to get my kids to and myself like I try to eat as healthy as possible. And I in the beginning my Hudson was super easy and good about eating basically anything that I put in front of him. But the older he got, more into toddlerhood, he became a little more independent and decided for himself what he was going to eat and what he wasn't going to eat. So
Yeah.
I knew that I needed something to give him, and I was not about to give him those Flintstone vitamins that I had to choke down when I was a kid. And I just had a really hard time finding a multivitamin that I felt was going to be comfortable. Looking at the ingredients and the synthetic everything about it, I was like, I will find a way to get these real foods into you somehow.
Yeah.
And we actually saw a display of Juice Plus at our pediatrician's office, and it kind of caught my eye a couple times, but she never talked to me about it. But I looked
Oh
at it and I
wow.
was like, oh, okay. And then I saw you posting about it on Facebook, and I was like, this is something that I need to know more about. And right away, like as soon as you started sending me stuff, I was like, okay, I'm going to make this happen. Like I will figure out a way to get this into our house and to get it into all of us because I see how vital this is. And I I was like, well, I'm not going to keep this information to myself. So
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everybody because how can you not? It's like one of those, it's like, it feels like a responsibility on you when you know that something is so good for you. Like, why would you keep it for yourself? Like, this wouldn't have helped my friend's daughter who was suffering with hemorrhoids. Like, and it wouldn't have helped my husband and it, like my grandma and my mom, like all these, I have friends and family and people who I don't even know who are like being exposed to this now because my friends who are now telling other people like it's just an amazing chain reaction effect. Like
Yeah.
it's just something you feel like you just need to tell people about because it's food is medicine. Like why would you take drugs and synthetic stuff when that's not what your body was made for?
Right. Yeah. And it's like we're so quick to share things like our favorite restaurant
Right?
or
Yes.
these like nice, sweet pair of shoes or whatever.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
we should be just as excited. And like you said, like a moral obligation when we are
Yes.
holding the key to people's health in our hands to like not just casually share it, but like shout it from the
And
rooftops.
I feel like doing that all the time. On top of that, kids get it free. Like my
Yeah.
kids are getting their gummies for free. who doesn't want
Right.
their kids to get free stuff and free good
Right.
stuff? So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Free stuff that's backed by like 25 years of
The
research
science.
and
Oh my gosh,
40 plus
yes.
like medical journals.
Like the real research science. There's a lot of products who are like, oh, we have proprietary blends. We can't tell you what's in it because it's a
Yeah.
secret. No, Juice Plus is so transparent. Go on their website and the research is right there. All of the universities, all of the hospitals across the world, like the studies, the real kind of hard to understand because
Yeah.
they're like so intense. Those studies are there for you to see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's something out of this world.
Yeah, yeah. I love the word that you use, transparent. Like, I love how transparent this company is. Like,
Yes,
there's no like hiding things behind closed doors. Like, they're just, here's all the information. They're just constantly throwing stuff at like
absolutely.
out into the world.
Yeah, yeah, for
It's rare
sure.
to find a company like that who's like that transparent with their
hmm
stuff.
The shakes and the omegas too. I know we hadn't touched on that, but um, they're just Hudson is obsessed with the shakes too. Ryan loves the shakes. We all love the shakes. The omegas are so clean and they're just a completely different process than every other like fish, oil omega because it's plant based and the whole system on how it's encapsulated is completely different. There's no heat involved. Like it, everything about this company is a way to make things healthy and safe and not affected by any kind of breakdown or in the process of putting it together to get to you. I don't know how
Yeah.
I'm trying to say it, but
Yeah.
yeah, just everything is so good for you. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing tonight. You
Thank you
did
for having me.
amazing.
Thanks.
If anybody watching either live or watching the playbacks wants any information either on the products, if you want to hear more about Adriana and her amazing stories, um, or the business opportunity, if you're just looking for a way to get
Yes.
these fruits and vegetables into your body, into your family's body, and aren't sure how, or you're looking for another, way to supplement your family's income, get with me or with Adriana or with whoever shares these videos with you. And we would love, love, love to just like love on you and share all the
Yes, it's such an awesome
information.
community. It really is. The people are
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, like so I know Adriana and I know each other from our mom's group when our kids were really little.
hmm
But it's been really neat now that as our kids have gotten older to now like actually get to work with each other. Like not
yeah.
only are we just friends, but now we're business partners.
Yes.
And so that's been a really neat kind of transition in our relationship.
And having something for
And
us as adults and
so
not just our kids.
right, not just talking about kids poop. Well, we're still
Yeah,
talking
well,
about
we
kids
still do.
poop, but if anybody wants more information, get with either one of us or whoever shared this video with you. And with that, thank you so much, Adriana, for sharing tonight.
Thank you
And
for having me.
everybody else, have a wonderful Sunday evening.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.